Eye-ticipation Training System 2.0. This material's awesome. So Faisal, what exactly is eye-ticipation, and what are folks going to learn how to do in this series?
All right. Eye-ticipation is anticipation using your eyes, more so than non-hitter.
Okay.
In doubles, there's 4 people, 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. Traditionally, there's 1 person hitting a ball. The other 3 are not hitting. They're the non-hitters.
Okay.
Right. Question for a lot of folks is, who has a harder time in doubles, the hitter or the non-hitter? Traditionally, it's the non-hitter. Why? They don't know where to be. What exactly is the role of the non-hitter? So what we're going to address today is addressing where do the eyes actually go to.
And this is going to help everybody who, you know, I hear all the time, I'm sure Faisal you do as well. People say, I don't feel like I'm in the point. My partner is hitting, the other team is hitting. I don't know what I should do. I don't know where I should go. And a lot of times I feel like I'm reacting versus being proactive.
Correct.
And putting myself in position to have success. So this is going to solve those problems.
Here's a prime example. The eyes are the gateway to the brain. Where the eyes go, the brain goes. Right now, I'm looking over there. I'm thinking of that exit sign. Why am I thinking of the exit sign? My eyes go there. The non-hitter, typically, what is the non-hitter doing? Either watching around or watching what I call the bad Bs.
Okay.
B, the ball, the bounce, etc. So this is what traditionally happens. So we're going to address the non-hitter. We're going to address the receiver's partner, and we're going to address the server's partner. So let's first address the receiver's partner.
Sure.
What to avoid as the receiver's partner are the bad Bs. So, Will, if I could have you serving.
Sure.
Greg, our champ, is going to be the receiver's partner. And this is what the receiver's partner typically does. They watch the ball, because we've been told watch the ball. How many players really have to watch the ball? Just the hitter. So this is what typically happens. You serve.
Okay.
Greg watches the ball. Then he watches the bounce. And a lot of times he'll watch me. Correct? So ready? So it's the bad Bs. Ball, bounce. Then he watches the player. And then he'll probably watch what again? He'll watch the ball again. So this is what typically happens. Ball, bounce, player, ball. See all the eye movement? A lot of wasted eye movement. In his defense, has he been trained?
Of course not.
So then all of a sudden, he asks, well, what's going on? So as the receiver's partner, or as the non-hitter, you need to be able to answer 3 questions. Number 1, where is the ball going? Number 2, where are the opponents? Number 3, do I have time to get in better position? Now, Greg, where's the ball going? Where are the opponents? Do I have time to get in better position? What were you able to answer by watching ball, bounce, player, ball?
Whether the ball was in or out of the box.
And do you know where the opponents were? No. Did you have time
So
to get in better position?
sorry to interrupt, just because Greg's not mic'd. When he gives an answer, can you repeat what he says?
Sure.
Just repeat what he just said.
So I asked Greg, the question was, when you watch the ball, the bounce, the player, and then back to the ball, are you able to know where the ball is going? You said yes. Right? Do you know where the opponents are? No, he doesn't know where the opponents are going because his eyes like more like Stevie Wonder, going all over the place. The third one, do you have time to get in better position? The more the head moves, the tougher it is to move the body. So rather than say, watch the ball, which he's doing, is that really the role of the non-hitter? So the role of the non-hitter is the receiver's partner, is the acronym I call Surfo. Let me, you're going to borrow me? Surfo. S, if you're going to get this one, please. I, that's the I sequencing. R, F, and O. So Greg was what I called the BBPB. He was watching the ball, the bounce, the player, and the ball. Wasted eye sequencing. We're going to train Greg how to be Surfo. S-I-R-F-O, standing for something. S is the server. You're the server.
Do I like wear it, or
It's
do I
only
just
right-
put it?
You look pretty good with that.
It's
You
not
match
bad.
us there. Ready? Right. I is the serve going in or not? That's I. Server, in. R is the racket R is the racket of the server's partner. Could I have you?
Yep.
R is the racket of the server's partner.
Got it.
Okay. F is the flight of the ball that I've just hit. Okay. And O is the opponent who's going to be hitting that ball, which will probably be the person coming in. That's your I sequencing.
Okie doke.
S, repeat after me. S,
I R F O.
S-I-R-F-O. You get those sequencing correct, you'll be able to answer all three questions. Number one, where's the ball going? Number two, where are the opponents? Number three, do I have time to get in better position? Now, the eyes involve two kinds of focus. Could I have both here, please? Hard focus and soft focus. Right. Could both of you watch me? You see the fist? That's your hard focus. Yes? Watch this. Soft focus. How many fingers?
1, 5, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3.
So, that's your hard focus. That's a soft focus. We're going to address both. What we're going to address...
So hard focus is literally what I'm focused on, and then peripheral vision would be what most people...
Focus,
soft focus, okay.
Right. So, just so you know, S, I, R are going to be hard focus. F is soft focus. O is hard focus.
Hard focus, okay.
Now, we're going to train each one individually, then we're going to put it together.
Okay, cool.
So the first sequence is S, the server. What you've got to know as the non-hitter is the server coming in, coming up, or staying back? Are they serving and volleying, or serving and staying back? So what we're going to do now is we're going to have Will serve. Will, if you don't mind moving the O.
Yep.
Will's going to serve, and the minute you see, so Will, I want you to mix serving and coming up, serving and staying back. I just want you to say up or back. Say up if he's coming in, serving and coming up, or back if he's serving and coming back. Ready? So let's go for S. Okay, ready?
Good.
Go ahead. Up. So that's a piece of information. So his eyes are going to S. Good. And all this information will tie in when we get the all 5 pieces in. Good. Any questions on that one? That's the first sequencing. Number 1, S. Number 2, I. Is the serve going in or not? Now, traditionally, players look at the ball bounce. So you can tell if the serve is going in either by ball bounce or the trajectory. Okay, so could you serve, please, Will? And I'd like you to call out in or out as soon as you know. And you tell me whether it's trajectory told you or ball bounce.
In.
In. What told you in? Ball trajectory.
In.
Trajectory.
In.
Trajectory.
Out.
Out. Trajectory. So right now, you've had how many serves? 5 or 6 serves. How many did you have to rely on the ball bounce? None. But so many times people do this. Watch this. This is what they do. Confirm. The serve is in. Aye, aye, Captain. Got it. That doesn't help. You've lost the sequencing. Generally speaking, I've noticed 8 out of 10 times at least, you can get information if the serve is going in based on the trajectory of the ball.
So the majority of the time, you don't even need to look at it bouncing.
Thank you.
That's, you sort of just
Use the
trajectory
flight.
the ball,
Use
it's going to
the
be in.
trajectory. So
Okay.
S, up or back.
Yep.
I, it's in or not.
Yep.
The minute you know that, it goes to R.
Okay. But before we jump to that, so the only time you would watch the bounce is if the serve is really
Right.
closer to the line than that.
Right.
But
then you watch the bounce,
yeah, like that, you might watch
and then you go to
Yeah.
R.
Yep.
In that situation, you gave 6 serves. 0 were close to the line.
Yep.
If it's close to the line, quick look at the bounce. Then you go from S to I to R.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we got S, we got I. Now let's look at R now. Right, so we've got Surfo. S is the serve coming in or staying back. I is the serve in. Once you know based on trajectory versus bounce, then Greg needs to go to R, watching the racket R of the opponent. If the racket moves, what does that tell you? It's going to him. If the racket doesn't move, where is it going to? So let's do this right now. I'd like you to use a hand gesture to point based on the racket where the ball's going to go. If the racket moves, Greg, where's the ball going to go? The racket doesn't move. Got it? So right now, ready? So pretend the person served, stayed back. The ball is in based on trajectory. Watch the racket and just point. Good. 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 Point. Good. Greg, why don't you just point more literally that way? You're pointing up. There, you ready? Questions?
It's clear. One question would be, let's say the server's partner is a very active poacher and faker.
Right.
So you get a lot of movement even if they're not hitting the ball.
Right. Typically when a poacher or a faker is doing a lot of movement, what are they using? The feet.
Yeah.
We're looking at what?
Okay, you're looking at the
The
racket.
racket.
Okay.
Because you know, some people say, well, you know, Will's got a twitch. He always does this. Well, after a while, I've noticed if Will doesn't move, this is his twitch. If he's going to go for the ball, this is his twitch.
Yeah.
So there's certain nuances.
So it's kind of like with basketball, you're not actually supposed to. If you're guarding somebody and they're dribbling, you're not actually supposed to watch the ball. You're supposed to like watch their hips. I think that's the advice.
Once
Because the
again,
ball is deceptive. It's the
Right.
yeah.
Once again, it's hard focus, soft focus.
Yeah.
The only time you really need to watch the ball is when it's coming toward you.
Okay.
Once you've hit it away, the hard focus is scanning what's going on,
Yep.
and the soft focus is the ball.
Okay. Okay.
So we've got S, up and back, I, trajectory versus bounce,
Yep.
R, racket moving or not.
Yep.
Next one, while Greg is watching the racket, as his partner, as I'm hitting, he's going to try to read the flight of the ball. So it's important for this person to be angled off. A lot of times people stand this way. They've got no clue soft focus-wise. So one of the key things as the receiver's partner is to stand angled and you can use your periphery. And it gets you ready in better position for that player. So right now, Greg, I want you over here. Right, you're using your soft focus, your periphery. Watch this one. Ready? I'm going to give you, right now, just watch me, literally, right? That's an arrow, that's a rainbow. A rainbow would be higher, an arrow would be lower. So right now, if this were the ball, why don't you focus on, Will's racket. So Greg, right now you're focusing on that's a rainbow, that's an arrow. What's this? Rainbow. Arrow. What's this? Arrow.
Arrow. Rainbow.
Rainbow. What's that? Arrow. What's that? Arrow. Now, I'd like you to call out what you think. So just watch his racket. Call it out. What's that? Arrow. Good.
Arrow. Yep.
Rainbow. Arrow. Rainbow. That's what you have for F. So to put everything together, is the server coming in or staying back? He's coming in. He's coming up. Is the ball in? Yes. Racket doesn't move. Where's it going to? Rainbow. Uh-oh. What does that say?
Hammer.
He's going to get hammered. Because
Hammer's
the guy was...
coming.
Now, if the server stayed back, serve is in, racket doesn't move, and a rainbow is hit, what do? You move in. So we got S, I, R, F, O. So once he's seen the flight, he's then going to read the opponent. He could read his body language, or he could read the shot type. Catch, hammer, brick wall, full, partial, emergency overhit, and he can move accordingly.
Okay.
Right, now let's put it all together.
Hey, we'll get back to the video in just a second, but if you are a doubles player and you are losing to teams you should beat, teams that don't hit the ball nearly as well as you do, then I want to invite you to pick up a copy of the Doubles Playbook, because inside there are 48 plays that will show you how to set up easy put-away volleys and overheads. These are plays that we worked with Martina Navratilova, the Bryan brothers, and Gigi Fernandez, some of the greatest doubles players of all time. We took their plays and distilled them down so that players at our level, USTA League and club players, can do them. So after you finish watching this video, if you click the link in the description, you can check out the Doubles Playbook. We'll take you inside. We'll show you one of the plays. It's called the Prognosticator. It's Martina Navratilova's favorite play. And if you like what you see, you can pick up a copy. This is a real physical book that we are going to send you in the mail. No matter where you are in the world, shipping is free. And you're also going to get instant online access, so you can be going through the Doubles Playbook just a couple minutes from right now.
So we're going to sequence it. So buzzword, up or back, in, racket not moving. Yes, ready? Let's give that a try.
So what should I do? Serve and then?
Just serve, come in, stay back, do whatever you want, and
All
let's go to the sequencing. Ready? Now, let's predict now. Back, in, no racket movement, arrow, rainbow. It went low. It went low. So what's that? Arrow. What does that tell you to do? Move up. Went to the net person. We don't have a net person there. So he came up, serve was in. Did the racket move? The racket moved. What does that tell you? So with this sequencing, remember the 3 questions? Where's the ball going to? Where are the opponents? Do I have time to get in better position? Focusing on these 5 sequences, do we achieve that?
Talk, when you have the last part that's get in better position, if I'm Greg, and so I'm here in the hot seat, it goes at the, let's say it either goes at the receiver's partner or the receiver's partner poaches, don't have time to get in better position. I'm just here withstanding the impact of that shot. But if the return goes back at the server, I do have time to get in better position. Were you going there?
Keep going, keep going. I like this.
Well, I was going to say, what do I do?
Depends on what S did.
Sure, sure. Well,
if he comes up, right? Mm-hmm. Ball is in.
Yep.
Racket doesn't move. Rainbow. What does that do?
And they've got a hammer, let's say.
They got a hammer. Defend.
I still stay, yeah.
Right. Now, same sequence, but we changed number 1. Server stays back. Mm-hmm. Serve is in, based on trajectory. Racket doesn't move. Flight, the ball is high. Mm-hmm. But because of S staying back, what can he afford to do?
I have time to...
It's time to come in. Now, come in as in, because it's a rainbow, he could hover.
You would hover, sure, because you
Perhaps.
expect...
Exactly. Now, watch this
one
one now. Server S is coming in. Trajectory tells you the ball is in. Racket doesn't move. Flight is an arrow. He's coming in, arrow. What could he do?
If it's a low one...
Low one, arrow.
Too
low,
low,
arrow. What could he do? Close in. Mm-hmm. Depending on where the location of O is, he could poach.
Yep. That was going to be... That's obviously where I was going.
Right.
Was how do we go from defensive position to switch to offense?
Right. First things first is if the racket doesn't move, mm-hmm. or depending on the flight of the ball, he's going to move.
Yep. But this is we went to come all the way back to the beginning. We talked about making decisions before someone is actually hit. Cool. Now, for a lot of players who are watching this, let's say that arrow return comes back. It goes at the server who's coming in. but I don't move because I'm waiting to see what he hits. If it comes back, very likely you're going to get kind of a, maybe a low rainbow or a slow rainbow through the middle. But if I'm waiting to see what shot that is, I don't have time to get to it.
Right. Now, question, I love this one. Question for you now. Which part of the sequencing did you miss to go from year to year? Are the racket. If the racket doesn't move, you know the ball's going back to the server.
Yep.
You need it to be in. So at least now we
see
can
the flight path of the ball, so now I can start.
Right. But the fact that the racket didn't move tells you what? The ball's going there. So you'd be in this position if the racket, moves, or the racket doesn't move, and the flight of the ball is high and the server's coming in.
Then I might say, I'm going to hang back. Yep.
Exactly. So right there, though, imagine using Surfo, how it's going to help the receiver's partner get in position.
Yep.
And definitely answering all three questions. Where's the ball going to? Where are the opponents? Do you have time to get in better position?
Yep.
So there you have the eye sequencing.
Yeah, and if you get, just for folks wondering, once you realize it's going over there, if it's that rainbow, or excuse me, if it's that low arrow, you can move in here and then take that step over to cut off the ball. And with that information, this is now a poach I can put away. It could be the exact same shot, but if I've just been standing back here, I'm not going to get to that position. I'd have to move over here, and then it would have dropped.
Exactly. But look
And
at the
you lose your
difference in the
advantage.
volley quality based on your positioning.
Yep.
Because, it's like basketball, like you said earlier. How many people have a ball in basketball? One, dribbling. What's the others doing? Getting a feel of the surroundings. Same thing.
Yep.
Same thing. It's key as far as the non-hitter.
Yep.
So there you have it for the receiver's partner. But what I'd like to address now is the server's partner.
Okay.
Now let's address the server's partner. Typically, you got the receiver's partner as the non-hitter, and you got the server's partner. So you're the server's partner. Typically, avoid the B's again. Typically, what the server does is they watch the ball bounce, they watch the ball go by, and then they watch their partner. So this is what traditionally happens. They watch the ball bounce, they watch the ball, and then they go back to me. Tough to answer the three questions. Closer to the net, Greg, server's partner. Closer to the net, Greg, server's partner. Ready? Ball bounce, in. Definitely can answer where the ball's going. Cannot tell where the opponents do have time to get in better position. That's what they typically do. Look at all the wasted eye movement. The fix, the two R's. The returner, R, and the racket of the net person. Returner, racket. So Greg, rather than watching the ball bounce, is going to watch your body language. Whether it's your positioning, your balance, your strike zone, are you in control or whatever. As in offense, defense, neutral.
Yep, and that's going to give him information on whether he should poach, stay,
Thank
fake,
you.
etc.
Yes. So that's what we're looking at right there. Let me just serve some to you.
Okay.
And you just tell me whether whether Will is comfortable or uncomfortable, okay? Or stressed. Comfortable, stressed. All right, ready? So I'm going to serve. Right. Was he comfortable? Correct, he was comfortable. He was comfortable, correct. Ready? That's what you're reading. Read the returner. Comfortable. Good, ready? Uncomfortable, he's stressed. So right there you've gotten some information. Now what could that lead to? A short ball that you can attack or poach. Now, once you do that, two things are going to happen. Either Will hits it to you, or he doesn't hit it to you. If he hits it to you, you now watch the ball. And you decide if it's wound or kill. That's when you watch the ball, right? If it doesn't come to you, you then go from returner, you watch the opponent's racket. That's what the eyes do. But what does it tell the feet? Ball's going by me, I take my 2 steps back, releasing, I watch the racket. So returner, racket.
Don't watch you.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what
See,
most people would do. They'd look right at you.
correct. But at least now instead of saying don't watch Faisal, despite his nice colored shirt, you're now giving him something specific. Watch the returner, watch the racket.
Yep.
So I'd like you to call out returner, racket.
Okay.
All right? If it comes to you, what do you call out? Wound or kill. Okay. So Will, mix up your returns. Okay? So ready? Coming. Closer, Greg. Service partner. And what do you do after that? He was comfortable. The ball come to you?
No.
So what do? 2 steps back, releasing? Exactly. What did you end up doing?
I kind of lingered.
Kind of lingered big time. Yes. Ready? Come again. Comfortable, and watch the ball now and decide what? What was that? Right. So let's do this. If Will comes to you, you know you got to watch the ball. But you got to watch to decide what? Wound or kill. So you're going to make the decision. Okay? Good. So you watched the returner. It came to you. You watched the ball and you said wound. Well done. Kill. Good. Partial kill. What did he do? Old habits die hard. So you watched Will.
Right. It went by me and I just
Went by you. Notice what he said. He didn't retreat. Why didn't he? Where the eyes go, the feet go. So immediately you watched Will. Once the ball went by, what did you do?
Turn my head. Right?
What did that disallow you to do?
Just stayed.
Thank you. So what should have happened was you watched Will, check, congratulations. Ball went by you, release back, eyes. Eyes. Come again, ready? Now let's predict, if that ball were in, was Will going to be comfortable? He was going to be stressed. Thank you. What does that give you cues on? Potential to what? Poach, attack. Excellent, excellent. So you went from returner to racket, and you did the steps. Now, what happened there?
Big eyes. Cue.
Where did the big eyes go to? Where you wanted to hit
Yeah.
it. So many times people say, I wasn't watching the ball. In that situation, you were correct. The ball was hit to you. You needed to watch the ball. Now, why don't people watch the ball when they're hitting it? Visual wandering. Your eyes wandered to where? Where you wanted to hit it. So in that situation, because Will hit the ball to you, you're now a hitter. Watch the ball. When you're the non-hitter, watch something else other than the ball. And we know what it is. The 2 R's when you're the service partner, Surfo when you're the receiver's partner. But that's a prime example on the infamous I didn't watch the ball. Well, why didn't you? Watching where you wanted to hit it.